as a result of the sinking of the bulk carrier MV Rubymar in the Red Sea, which was carrying over 40,000 tons of fertilizer and was attacked by Yemeni Houthi rebels nearly 2 weeks ago, an environmental hazard is emerging in the waters. Additionally, there is a risk of collision with the underwater environment for other vessels. According to the United States Central Command, the American military noted that on March 2, the commercial vessel Rubymar sank. The ship was flying the flag of Belize and was owned by the United Kingdom. This vessel was hit by an anti-ship ballistic missile fired by Houthi rebels supported by Iran on February 18. The ship had been slowly taking on water since the unprovoked attack, the statement informs. AS reported by CENTCOM. Approximately 21,000 metric tons of ammonium phosphate-sulfate fertilizer, which the vessel was transporting, pose an environmental hazard in the Red Sea. As the ship sinks, it also presents a subsurface impact risk to other ships transiting the busy shipping lanes of the waterway, added the U.S. military. The statement also emphasizes that Iran-backed Houthi rebels pose a heightened threat to global maritime activities. The United States and coalition partners remain committed to safeguarding freedom of navigation, striving to enhance the safety and security of international waters for merchant shipping, added CENTCOM. Western media also reported that the vessel Rubymar had sunk in the Red Sea after being attacked by Yemeni Houthi rebels. This marked the first ship to go down following the militants' attack. It was noted that after sustaining damages, the vessel drifted uncontrollably in the Red Sea before sinking. The ship's crew was evacuated. The damage to the vessel resulted in a fuel leak, posing a serious threat to the ecology. Specifically, a kilometer-long oil slick formed around the ship. Recall that since November 2023, Yemeni Houthi attacks on trading vessels with ties to Israel have persisted in the Red Sea.
Israel strikes deep inside Lebanon, stating it targeted Hezbollah positions. Israel's military has said it launched airstrikes deep into Lebanese territory, stating it targeted Hezbollah positions north of Beirut amid escalating exchanges between the two sides. The Lebanese militia reportedly retaliated with a barrage of rocket fire. The Industrial Defense Forces announced several air operations in Lebanon, noting that warplanes had struck sites used by Hezbollah around the Bucha Valley in the country's northeast. 3 strikes hit the village of Bucha, around 55 kilometers northeast of the capital Beirut, and targeted a Hezbollah truck convoy, unnamed Lebanese security sources told the Associated Press. A Hezbollah official who spoke to the agency on condition of anonymity said that at least 2 fighters were killed in the strikes, adding that an Israeli munition had struck a food storage warehouse used for civilian purposes. Another unnamed Lebanese official added that a Lebanese army regular was also seriously wounded in the raid and noted that the soldier's son had also sustained injuries without elaborating. The militia group later said it responded by firing 60 Katyusha rockets toward an Israeli army command center in the occupied Golan Heights, which Israel seized following a 6-day war of 1967. The strikes on Bucha came after both Hezbollah and the Israel Defense Forces reported that an Israeli drone was shot down by a militia surface-to-air missile, with Israel's military stating that the UAV fell into Lebanese territory. Hezbollah identified the drone as an Israeli Elbit Hermes 450, typically used for surveillance and reconnaissance. While cross-border clashes have occurred between the armed faction and Israeli troops since the war in Gaza began last year, Israel Defense Forces operations have plunged deeper into Lebanese territory in recent weeks. The group says it will stop its attacks on Israel after a ceasefire is reached in Gaza. More than 200 Hezbollah fighters have been killed in the latest flare-up. Hezbollah Deputy Chief Sheikh Naim Qassem vowed further retaliation and boasted of the group's significant arsenal, saying, "If the Israelis go too far, we will retaliate more. All what we have used until now in the fighting is the minimum of what we own." Sweden to provide Ukraine with assault boats. The Swedish government has presented its largest military aid package to Ukraine to date, worth 630 million euros. This package is the 15th that Sweden has sent to Ukraine. Ultimately, it is about humanity and decency, Defense Minister Pål Jonson said. It is also about protecting values and interests that are important to Sweden and its own interests, he added. The support package includes 10 amphibious assault boats of the Stridsbat 90 class, 20 amphibious boats, underwater weapons such as mines and torpedoes, a number of anti-aircraft systems such as Robot 70, anti-tank robots of the TOW model, grenade launchers with ammunition, artillery shells, hand grenades, Carl Gustaf grenade launchers, medical equipment, ambulances. Paul Johnson said that the new support package is specifically tailored to Ukraine's needs. The aid package will add $96 million to the Swedish-Danish joint procurement of CV-90s to Ukraine. This means that Sweden and Denmark will jointly invest $385 million towards this goal, Johnson revealed. The minister noted that the package meets some of Ukraine's most pressing needs and is in line with the military capability coalitions that are taking shape within the Ukraine Defense Contact Group. Ukraine is not only defending its own freedom but that of all of Europe. Sweden will stand with Ukraine for as long as it takes. Russia cannot be allowed to win this war, Johnson said. While not a NATO member, Stockholm plays an important role in the pro-Ukraine coalition. Swedish contributions to Kyiv have included Archer self-propelled artillery systems, CV-90 infantry fighting vehicles, and Swedish variants of Leopard 2 tanks, STRV-122.